Welcome back to Crazy Ball TV. Thank you so very much again, guys. Appreciate you very much. Don't forget to share, subscribe, like. If you have any comments, please put it in there. Whether you agree with me or disagree, or if you have any questions you'd like to ask, so feel free to leave a comment. We're gonna discuss a quick review on the Liverpool West Ham. We'll talk a little bit about Man United versus Spurs, and then we'll go over real quick on the games that are coming over the weekend. There are some very nice games coming up. So please don't forget, share, subscribe, and like. All right. Liverpool, West Ham. Of course, Liverpool won 1-0. I was very excited and I was pleased with what Klopp did in terms of rotation. You know, he had Trent back, he had Gomez still staying there, which is good, giving more playing times, VVD as usual. And then Tsimikas came back for Robo. We know Robo last year and the year before has been playing too many minutes. So it was good that Klopp keep bringing in them two in and out. The two holding was surprisingly was Hendo, and I won't say surprising. Henderson needed some playing time because Fabinho played most minutes last game. And Thiago, he's the one that was surprising. I thought he was going to rest Thiago and have maybe Fabinho and Hendo play, or even give Curtis a chance to play in that position, but he did not. And then the front, the middle three was, of course, Elliott, Bobby, and Salah. And then, of course, you had the main man Nunes up top, which was surprisingly, I was thinking he was going to still keep Salah up top and then maybe push Nunes on the left. There's something that maybe we need to discuss. Maybe we'll talk about it on the next LFC Vibes. I should have happened on Tuesday, but I couldn't. Brendan Rodgers made it work between Luis Suarez and that boy DS, Daniel Sturridge. So I'm thinking Klopp could be doing the same thing where he will have Nunes and Salah be switching back and forth during the same game by playing the same formation. Now, he also have come out and said that there's a chance going forward, he will probably play both of them up top, which means he will play 4-4-2 or even 4-4-1-1. So he's trying to play around with this formation, which is good. That tells us that his stubbornness has gone down a little bit, and he's tinkering with the formations with the players that he has. And the good thing is we are not pressing as high as we used to. We still do a few pressing, but it's not like the Genge pressing that everybody knows Liverpool with. But let's jump in on the game. The game itself, 45 minutes, was beautiful. It was basically a continuation of what we did with City, but without that pace, We had control of the ball, in and out. When they had the ball, we take it back. Every single time they had the ball, they crossed the halfway line, we took it back. They were not threatening us. We had control of everything. Yeah, the second half, towards the end of the first half, they did get a penalty kick that I felt like, okay, we could say it's 50-50, but I would have never given it. But these refs these days are atrocious. And of course, the boy Alisson saved it. Now, the good thing that I want to talk about Nunes is now we've seen the Nunes that we said, if you feed him properly, it was going to be a chaos to these defenders. They will know how to deal with it, especially if Klopp is able to figure out how he's going to deal between him and Salah. It's going to be a big problem with the rest of the defenders who's going to come against him, especially when we get the rest of the team back. We get a few people, like Diaz and Jota, who are injured. And when they come in, the interchanging between all those guys, Bobby, Salah, Diaz, Jota, Nunes, if they all playing, and don't forget about Elliott and Carvalho. And then now Jones is back. It looks like he's getting, his steps back in. It's going to be a good thing to see, and I really, really want to see how it plays out before the World Cup, if possible. When we come back after the World Cup, because I know Klopp is going to buy some more players. I want to see what he can do with this one so that I would probably say, I know where he's going with in the next season. He had two great shots. That one was saved, one hit the post, and of course the header that he scored. Thiago was controlling the midfield. Henderson was doing his press in the midfield. He didn't have to bomb all the way forward. Trent was doing very well in defense. He was picking up when he needed to run. He didn't have to run and stay there. He's run and then he had to come back. So, and then Tsimikas was also doing the same thing. Tsimikas cross to Nunes was just beautiful. And then now when you come to the second half, all of a sudden, the first 15 minutes, we kind of brought it down. I don't know whether Klopp told them to okay, keep it down a little bit more, because when we bringing our tempo down, gave them more chances. You know, we were losing the ball, we were not passing properly, and then they were attacking. Yes, our defense held, and they held very well. But then halfway through the second half, we made some substitution where I felt like Trent should have been subbed up and bring Milner on the right side, but Klopp wanted Milner on the left. Milner's got his mojo back, guys, because the way he played on the left wing that's the old Milner that we are used to, you know. He was running back and forth. So the old man got his groove back. And, you know, none of this foolishness of guys always talking trash because Klopp put him in. He knows what he's doing. And I'm glad that now everybody's shutting up. No more of this FSG out. Everybody's quiet, just trying to figure out what's going on. But personally, when he brought Fabinho in, Fabinho was not on it from the get-go when he came in. It felt like he didn't want to play. It felt like he was still feeling it from playing the City game. Balls were just passing him by. Like they were he couldn't even stretch. And if he stretched, he's fouling players. And it was like, Fabinho, you're not doing anything. It seems like he just ran forward and the ball will be coming back and then he's jogging back. You know, he was not doing well. So that created even more pressure on us. Trent, after a while, Trent was going back to the same trend that we've been trying to tell him to change. I don't know whether he realized, because when Milner came in and Milner didn't sub him off, now he went back to doing the same foolishness he was doing again. The ball came out and he just watching and let the ball bounce. Defender, you should never let the ball bounce, especially when you're in 18 box. A couple of times that him and Fabinho almost cost us the point. And I think Klopp needs to start looking at that and say, Trent, from now on, you and Milner is going to share the minutes until Ramsey is ready to go. Because we can't afford to have Trent lose his mind. He plays very well for about 60 minutes. And then after that, he just, like, he spaced out. Something needs to be done, and I know they watch videos, so I hope they did that. But, you know, Liverpool did well. We won the game 1-0. You know, we still getting back in our groove. You know, the City game was like we elevated. And, of course, there was going to be a tape down. You can't play like that every single game. Now we got Nottingham Forest coming up. So that is going to be an entertaining match. I'm just going to talk real quick about that. I think the players that played against City will start this match. I think he will start Nunes with Salah on the right, and then during the match, he will sub them off and bring the youngins in there. I see it's going to be the same. The front lineup is going to be the same as West Ham, but in terms of the rest of the team, because Jota is injured, we're going to start the way we started with City, with the exception of Jota. I think he probably will start Jones on the left side and then have Bobby play the number 10. Or he could even put, you know, so then during maybe 60, 65 minutes, 70 minutes, he'll take Nunes off and then bring Salah up top and then push Elliott on the right side. So my concern is Fabinho and Trent. The way they played against West Ham, especially at our home, that was not good. So West Ham, as we can see, they're not playing well right now. So it's a very good chance for us to get 3 points. I don't know how many we're going to score, but we need to come out of that place with 3 points. Getting a shout out will be great for Alisson, because Alisson has been great this couple of weeks. This guy have saved our bacon for since the season started. What am I talking about? Since the season started, this guy has saved us. Playing Nottingham Forest, it's going to be tight in the beginning, but if we control the match like we did against West Ham, we will get it away with 3 points. As long as we do exactly the same thing in the second half. We can't go playing like Barcelona or Madrid team in first half and then go back and play like Stoke City in the second half. That does not make any sense. Shout out to Stoke. Anyway, let's discuss Manchester versus Spurs. This game was interesting. I don't know what's going on with Conte. When he meets the big guns, all of a sudden he plays this pragmatic, back the bus, old school Jose Mourinho tactics that is not working. It didn't work for Chelsea. They got lucky with 1 point in that game. It didn't work with Arsenal. Arsenal battered them. And now Manchester United just played the best game they've ever played in like 10 years. And it's not like because that's how they play. It's because Tottenham just sit in the back and have Manchester United spring out the pass. And it felt like they were old. It's like Los Angeles Lakers. They couldn't even hit them on a counterattack. Every time they hit them on a counterattack, they could not go back if they couldn't score. That's what was happening. So Manchester was just stringing them around. And I don't feel this new Conte thing. I thought he is becoming a dinosaur like Jose, where he has no more plans, or whatever tactics he has, he doesn't have the personnel to play it. I did say that a long time ago. His tactics is not the team of Costa and Hazard and Kante and, you know, them boys. These guys you have, you only have Kane because Son is not playing well. Richardson started well, now he fell off. Homeboy is injured. Was it Kluskowski or whatever his name is? So you brought Perisic in, but Perisic is old. This is the EPL. I think there's going to be a lot of talks about Kante. I mean, he's due for a new contract, so things might get dicey and they might think about it. But the match itself, Manchester United played very well. You got to give it up to them. Yeah, you could see some of what Ten Hag wants to play, but I don't think they're ready yet. They probably won't be ready till next year because when they meet a new team, a team that's going to come at them, they're not going to be able to play like that. If they open like that, they're going to get hurt. It's just Tottenham just sit in the back and have teams play around them. And you can't do that these days. These days, especially with a team like Arsenal, Man U, who have players that can hurt you individually, parking the bus does not work. It does not. So anyway, they lost 2-0 goals from, what's his name? Fred, a deflection. And of course, Fernandez's goal was very, very nice. So we move on. Of course, there was also some drama. Ronaldo chose, we didn't know at the time, but all we saw was he walking off the field while there were like 5 minutes left on the clock. And then later on, we found out that he was actually told to go in and he chose not to. So he had to use Eriksen, who I think he's not ready because he's still, you know, getting back into fitness, and Ronaldo refused. So, and then he walks off. So he creates all this drama and make it about him. And now when he sent a letter and he doesn't even apologize. Like Anyway, next week, this coming weekend, Liverpool is the first team that plays. Of course, we play Nottingham Forest, Everton, and Crystal Palace. It's going to be crazy because Crystal Palace is playing well, home and away. They do well. At least they come up with a draw. City and Brighton, that's going to be exciting. But I think City, after that loss, and they got a whole week off, they coming up. Brighton better be ready because you get a chance that you don't score, City will tear you up. Chelsea versus Man U, that is a beautiful game because whoever loses and Liverpool win, we are behind you. We are right there. We are 3 points from the top 4, right? Aston Villa, of course, today fired Steven G. Personally, I think he should have never gone there. It looked good. It was a great opportunity, but he should have stayed at Rangers for at least 2 years and then go to Spain or go to Germany. Then you come back to the EPL. Go into these trenches and deal with adversity so that you could come back stronger, because him thinking that he was just going to be closer so that the Liverpool job was going to be his. Remember, I have said this and I tweeted this to my boy Blue Chip. I said, Klopp, it took him 14 years before he got to Liverpool. So any new coach, a young coach who's coming, has to be around that ballpark. We can't just bring you up because you're a legend. Sad, but I mean, it was a great opportunity, but I thought it came way too early. Aston Villa plays Brentford, Leeds are playing Fulham, Southampton, Arsenal. That's going to be an exciting match because both teams have a lot of young, so it's going to be very, very back and forth, but I think Arsenal might nick this. Wolves and Leicester, Brendan Rodgers, he won today. Spurs and Newcastle, that is going to be exciting. I want to see how Spurs are going to come out because and I think St. Maximin is back on this one. Isak, they say he's gone till after the World Cup, but it's going to be entertaining. This is going to be entertaining because if they lose or draw this, there's going to be a lot of heat on Conte. West Ham plays Bournemouth on Monday. So guys, thank you so much. We appreciate y'all. Don't forget, subscribe, like, and share. Leave comment if you have to, all right? We'll be back on Sunday, do the review of the weekend. I appreciate you guys. Kwesi Bold, Archie, Hirsch.